Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamme. In today's video, we're going to talk about 6 powerful ways to heal without therapy. Whether you're going through a tough time or whether you're just looking to improve your mental well-being, then this is the right place for you. In no way, shape or form am I encouraging anyone not to go to therapy. If you can afford to go, please do. I've gone to therapy, but I've also used these techniques. The reason why I stopped going was because I couldn't afford going anymore, and I had to find other different ways to continue healing myself, and I used all of these techniques. So if you're someone who cannot afford going to therapy, or if you're someone who feels uncomfortable talking to other people about your problems or what is going on in your life, then this is also the video for you. So stay tuned. Go get a glass of water, go get a cup of tea, go get a glass of wine, and let's get right into it. So the first thing you can do is meditation. So meditation is a practice that has been around for centuries, and for a good reason. There's a good reason you see people nowadays always talk about it. That's because it's such a powerful tool. It can help calm your mind, it can help reduce stress, it can help reduce anxieties. It's just such a powerful, amazing tool that can help you with your mental health and with your mental well-being. Just taking 5 or 10 minutes outside of your day, just sitting down and doing some meditation can change your life. You can go on YouTube, you can watch videos on meditation for beginners. One channel that I follow for my meditations, it's called Guided Meditation on YouTube. It's really amazing and it's perfect for beginners. So whatever it is, especially if you're a beginner, I feel like this is such an amazing channel that can help you start. And it's also like 10 minutes out of your day just to pour into yourself and improve your mental health. So please go and meditate. So the second thing you can do is journaling. Journaling is such a therapeutic tool that can help you explore your feelings, your thoughts in a safe space. You do not need to talk to anyone to journal. You can just get a pen and paper, sit down, write down whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, and it will really help you like have a clear perspective on things. Let's say I'm upset about something, I will sit down and journal whatever it is I'm upset about. By sitting down and putting my thoughts to paper, it helps me process them. The other amazing thing about journaling is you can do different types of journaling. When I journal, I also have what is called like a gratitude corner, where I just speak about everything that I'm grateful for the day. So let's say I've had a day where I felt like this has been such a horrible day. I always feel like those are the perfect days for me to do gratitude corners. It makes you refocus your mind instead of focusing on the negative things that happened. When you focus on like, okay, what am I grateful for today? What happened today that I'm really happy about? It helps shift your mind. It brings you out of that negative loop cycle of everything is horrible, da 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 da. So please go journal. You know, you can go in any supermarket, buy a journal, buy a pen. Those are inexpensive things. I don't even know if inexpensive is a real word, but we're going to pretend it is. Those are inexpensive things that you can use to journal or heal. And if you go on Pinterest, they have so many journaling prompts. Whether you're trying to heal from trauma, whether your mental health is just not in a good place, you can go on TikTok. You can search journaling prompts for mental health. You can search journaling prompts for childhood trauma. Whatever it is you're struggling with, here is a challenge for you. Try journaling every day for a week. Just try it for a week, every single day for a week. Try journaling and come back to this video and let me know in the comment section if it worked. It's truly gonna change your life. So honey, go buy that journal. Here's mine. Let me show you. Here's my journal. So I got this. Oh, actually it's I didn't put it in properly, but it's actually my second journal for this year. I got this from TK Maxx. It was less than £10. Okay, it's not gonna cost you a lot of money. And just to show you guys, as you can see, I do write in it. And you can make it fun as well. You can make it exciting. I like using highlighters. I like using different pens. I like using stickers. It just makes it more exciting and more fun to do. So by putting pen to paper, you can process your emotions. You can also track your progress over time. So sometimes I go back into my old journals and I will see things that I've written about. Maybe that was situations, maybe that was goals or whatever it is. And then when I look at where I am now, I can see how much progress I've made. I can see how much change has gone through my life. And I can see like where I was emotionally at that time and where I am emotionally. Instead of like watching Netflix for today, maybe put 30 minutes aside. That show you're watching tonight, press pause, Put 30 minutes. It's not a lot, not even 30, sometimes 15 minutes. Just put 15 minutes for you to sit down and do what you need to do. Go journal. Okay. So the third thing is shadow work, and shadow work ties so much into journaling because you can do your shadow work via journaling. So if you don't know what shadow work is, it involves diving into parts of ourselves that we might not be aware of or that we try to hide. So you know how people are always talking about there are certain things that your conscious mind is not aware of but your unconscious mind is aware of. So that includes your shadow self. Sometimes you might not be aware of your shadow self, and that creates like a disconnect because it means sometimes you're not aware of the way you act or behave. Sometimes you're not aware of maybe your triggers. It just brings you more self-awareness about yourself. So what you can do is you can go on Pinterest as well. There are so many prompts regarding shadow work. I love shadow work because I feel like it's just made me know myself even more. It's given me a different perspective on the type of person I am, and by bringing that to my awareness, it means I've integrated my shadow self to my everyday conscious self, and it has truly changed my mind. It means like when I'm doing things, I'm not doing them unconsciously anymore. I'm very aware, and if it's things that I feel like are not really helpful for the person I'm trying to become or the person I am currently, because I've done the shadow work, I am more aware of those certain behaviors. What I mean is, like, for example, right, maybe you self-sabotage quite a lot. You can do shadow work on self-sabotage. It will make you understand why you self-sabotage, and it will give you an awareness of yourself that you did not have before, which means that when you are aware of the reasons why you self-sabotage and what your triggers are, it means that the next time you feel triggered, instead of reacting impulsively, you are now aware of that and you will react in a way that you want to react. Or not even react, respond in a way that you want to respond, whether it's to a situation or whatever it is. Or it can also, like, when you feel like you're about to self-sabotage, it brings it to your awareness that instead of like maybe doing what you normally do in that situation, you do something different that is gonna help you make a change in your life. Please go do some shadow work. If you want prompts, go on Pinterest. That is your number one stop. The best thing about shadow work is you can make it part of your daily journaling routine if you want, or not even a daily. I do shadow work. I try and do it maybe like at least once or twice a week because it can be very hard. It can be very difficult because sometimes that means you are actually having to hold yourself accountable. You're actually having to call yourself out. Sometimes it really brings out those tough emotions or feelings that we have been trying to hide for a long time. So it can be difficult. Personally, I prefer doing shadow work once or twice a week. I feel like that is personally enough for me. It still makes a huge and positive impact in my life. I challenged you to journal for a week straight. So maybe this week, one of those days you're journaling, make it about shadow work. Because the thing with journaling is you can journal about different things. You can journal about your goals. You can have manifestation entries in your journal. You can journal about your day. You can do gratitude corners. You can do different things. So you can also include shadow work in that. I mean, that will make a significant impact and change in your life. Thing is self-help books, guys. Like, self-help books are like free game. You know, they put you onto free game. Do you get what I mean? They have self-help books that teach you how to be a parent. There are self-help books that teach you how not to self-sabotage. There are self-help books that teach you how to heal from a heartbreak. There are self-help books that will teach you how to manage your emotions. There are self-help books that will teach you about emotional intelligence. There are just so many books, and they're not expensive. Most self-help books are less than £10. Some of my favorite self-help books are The Mountain Is You. It speaks about, you know, what you can do if you're struggling with self-sabotaging or like you're actually standing in the way of your own dreams. There are books like A Return to Love. A Return to Love is about, it just teaches you how to love again. Like, when I say love again, I don't mean like just love again in terms of relationship. It's a return to love to yourself, like how to love yourself again, which will then obviously teach you how to love another person. Because personally, I feel like you cannot love someone else if you don't know how to love yourself. That just doesn't work. for me personally. You have to know how to love yourself first before you can go and love another person. So that's just some of the books. Other books are On Purpose by Jay Shetty. That book was so powerful in my life because I read it at a time where I felt like I was stuck, where I felt like I was in a rut and I couldn't do anything to move. And it just helped me change my perspective and just made me realize that I actually have the power to change my reality. I actually have the power to change my life. And those are just some examples. If you guys want me to do another video recommending you the best self-help book or just breaking down some of the self-help books that I've read, let me know. I can do that. All the books in my house right now, I think I have one fiction book which was a Christmas gift, but everything else are self-help books and my Bible. So if you guys want me to discuss that more with you, I can, because I am a self-help book girly. I love self-help books. I love growing. I love elevating. And I just love finding ways to become the best version of myself, to become my ideal self. So I can drop some tea on that. Currently, I am reading The Courage to Be Disliked. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see this book because the lighting. But this is what I'm reading at the moment. And it is such a powerful book because it has so many life lessons that you would not have thought about before. It even teaches you about minding your own business. But you see how powerful it is. I have actually been reading this book for like a month and a half. That's because I've been lazy. I always try to read at least one book a month, but I have been a bit lazy. So I'm gonna try and finish that. But yeah, go read some books. And sometimes you don't even have to buy brand new books. You can buy used copies, which sometimes are less than £5 or $5. You can go on Amazon and you can find some books and read those books, so you can become the person you're proud of. So you can become the person of your dreams. You can do it. I believe in you. You need to believe in yourself too. I believe you can do it. Believe you can do it as well. Because you can. You actually can do it. Thing is listening to self-help podcasts for personal growth, for healing. And we live in such a world that I feel like this information for our parents' generations was not as easily accessible to them as it is to us. Some of my personal favorite podcasts for healing are On Purpose by Jay Shetty. You know me, I am a big advocate for Jay Shetty. So is it even me if I do not mention On Purpose? I started listening to On Purpose when I was depressed. I was in a very dark place and it truly changed my life. I think even me sitting here today trying to share this information with you, not even trying, like sharing this information with you, On Purpose podcast by Jay Shetty led me down this path. Listening to the insights that he provides, listening to him interview all these amazing people who have overcome so many things, it just gave me the courage, and it also like just changed my life. It led me into this, whole path about growth, about elevation, about healing. It was through listening to that podcast. There are others like The School of Greatness, A Really Good Cry, that's by Jay Shetty's wife called Ravi. Even people like Leo Skepi, I know he has a podcast. And there's also people like Tariq Ali, especially about healing. Go listen to Tariq Ali's podcast, guys. He speaks to people who have struggled with different things. His podcast is such a great one. It would truly help you. It would truly change your life. So that's another inexpensive way. It does not cost you any money. Instead of like maybe putting on that movie. I'm using movies a lot because I have that tendency. Like my weakness is movies. I love watching TV a lot, movies, series and stuff. So sometimes maybe instead of watching that movie, maybe go on YouTube and watch a podcast that's gonna help you change your life. Or you can listen on Spotify, you can listen on Apple Music, you can listen on all these different places, and it will really help you, because when you hear real life people having these conversations as well, it just lets you know, like it lets you know that it's possible. Do you get what I mean? Because I feel like sometimes if you watch like me right now sitting telling you go do this, go do that, go do that, it might just seem like, is it possible, like I'm just chatting, right? But if you actually go and listen to stories of real life people and they actually share their experiences, really detailed experiences of all things that they've been through and how they managed to overcome that, it just makes you see how much is possible. It is possible to heal. It is possible to grow. It is possible to become the person of your dreams. It is possible to become your dream self. It is possible to not have your childhood trauma impact your everyday life anymore. It is possible to leave that behind. It is possible to heal from that. It is possible to forgive all the people who have hurt you, not for them but for you. The thing about having grudges or like bitterness in your heart is you cannot drink poison and expect the other person to get sick. The only person it's gonna impact is you. So you can learn how to forgive, you can learn how to heal. Last but not least, it is very, very important to listen to your feelings. It's very important to listen to your emotions. It's very important to let yourself feel those emotions. It's very important to be kind to yourself whilst you go through this journey. It's not an easy journey by no means, and sometimes it can be really hard, it can be really brutal, but it's very important to remember to always be kind to yourself throughout that time. If you constantly criticize yourself, if you constantly put yourself down, you're re-traumatizing yourself, you are bullying yourself, and that is in no way, shape or form gonna help you heal. So it's very, very important for you to be kind and for you to be compassionate towards yourself. Okay, you have to remember that healing is not a linear process. You're gonna experience a lot of ups and downs. By cultivating compassion, you can have a deeper sense of acceptance and inner peace, because when you're kind and compassionate with yourself, when you're not bullying yourself, when you're just letting yourself be, and when you're letting yourself go through the emotions you need to go through, you reach a certain level of acceptance, of self-acceptance, which will lead to an even greater level of peace. Because when you like yourself, when you love yourself, when you're okay with yourself, whatever you're going through, it gives you this like amazing sense of peace that everything is gonna be okay, than when you're constantly putting yourself down, when you're constantly criticizing yourself. So always be kind. Thank you so much guys for watching. I hope these tips help you and inspire you in your journey for change, in your journey for healing, in your journey for growth. I hope they make a positive impact or a positive change in your life. And if you have any other ways that you know that we can all heal and grow without actually going to therapy, please let us know. And like I said before, in no way, shape or form am I encouraging anyone not to go to therapy. If you can afford to go to therapy, please do. But this is for people who feel uncomfortable talking to people about their life problems, or people who cannot afford going to therapy. Okay, remember that you have the power to create the life that you want. You have the power to change your life. You are the creator of your own life. I don't think we really process that when people tell us that, but you actually have the power to change your life. And the way you have that power is by deciding where you're gonna put your time, where you're gonna put your intentions. Okay, you can choose to pour into yourself, you can choose to heal, you can choose to become a better person, and that is you creating the life you want. Or you can choose to remain exactly where you are without making any changes. So the power is really in your hands. It's up to you what you decide with your life and how your life turns out. So I really hope we're all making the better choices. We're making choices that our future selves are gonna thank us for. We're making choices that will benefit us not just today but tomorrow as well. So thank you so much guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Please subscribe, I'm begging you, please. But yeah, thank you so much guys for watching. I love you. Until next time.